It was a rainy afternoon, and Lily sat alone in the school library, flipping through the pages of her favorite book. She loved the smell of old paper and the quiet hum of the place, but today something was bothering her. Her favorite notebook, filled with stories and ideas, had gone missing. As she stared out the window, her mind wandered back to all the places she had been. Maybe she left it in the park? Or the cafe she visited last weekend? She felt a knot form in her stomach. Losing that notebook was like losing a part of herself. Just as she was about to give up hope, her phone buzzed. A message from Ethan appeared. "Hey, I found something you might want. Meet me in the park in 10 minutes. Lily's heart skipped a beat. Could it be? She grabbed her coat and rushed out the door, hoping this was the break she needed. Lily arrived at the park, her shoes squelching in the wet grass. She spotted Ethan near the old oak tree, holding something behind his back. He had that mischievous grin on his face that he always wore when he was up to something.
"Okay, what's the big surprise?"
Lily asked, her breath puffing in the cool air. Ethan pulled out a soggy, but familiar, notebook from behind him. "I found this at the skate park earlier today. Thought it might be yours." Lily's eyes lit up as she grabbed the notebook from his hands.
"Ethan, you saved me. I thought it was lost forever."
She hugged the notebook tightly to her chest, relief washing over her. But as she flipped through the pages, she noticed something strange. Some of her writing was smudged, and there were doodles that didn't belong to her.
"Wait, these aren't my notes. Whose handwriting is this?"
Ethan leaned closer, peeking over her shoulder. "Looks like someone found it before me. Maybe they wrote in it?" Lily turned to a page with a small, hand-drawn map of the park, leading to a spot near the playground. Below it, a note was scribbled. "If you want the truth, follow the path." It's not just about the notebook anymore. Ethan's eyes gleamed with excitement. "Well, this just got interesting. Let's go check it out." Lily hesitated for a moment but then smiled. With Ethan by her side, anything felt possible, even solving a strange mystery like this. They followed the path through the park, their footsteps echoing in the damp air. The playground loomed ahead, empty and eerie in the misty rain. When they reached the spot marked on the map, they saw something tucked under a bench, a small envelope with Lily's name written on it. Her hands trembled as she opened the envelope. Inside was a letter, and as she read it aloud, her voice cracked with emotion.
"Dear Lily, I found your notebook last week. At first, I didn't know who it belonged to, but after reading some of your stories, I realized how special it was. I added a few of my own thoughts, hoping it would inspire you. You've got a gift, don't stop writing. A fellow dreamer."
Lily blinked, stunned. Her notebook had become more than just a collection of her thoughts. It was now a bridge between two people who had never met but understood each other deeply. Ethan patted her shoulder. "Looks like someone really appreciated your work, huh? This is pretty cool." Lily smiled through the tears that welled up in her eyes.
"Yeah, I guess it is. I was so worried about losing it, but now, it feels like I've gained something even better."
They sat on the bench, quietly reflecting on the strange turn of events. The rain had stopped, and the sun began to peek through the clouds, casting a golden glow over the park. Lily turned to Ethan and said,
"It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes, you have to lose something to find something even more valuable. Like, kindness from a stranger or a new perspective."
Ethan grinned. "And a good mystery to solve. Don't forget that part." Lily laughed.
"Yeah, that too."
The next day, Lily was back in the library, writing in her newly recovered notebook. This time, she wasn't just filling it with stories of her own. She added a section for a fellow dreamer, a place where she hoped others might continue to contribute to the stories she began. As she wrote, she felt a warmth in her chest, knowing that even though she didn't know the stranger's name, they had connected in a way that went beyond words. Ethan strolled in, waving a new book in the air. "Hey, what are you writing now?" "More mysteries?" Lily smiled.
No, something a little different. This one's about kindness, and how sometimes the smallest actions can mean the world to someone.
Ethan plopped down beside her, grinning. "Sounds like a good one. Mind if I add my 2 cents?" Lily handed him the notebook with a wink.
Only if it's good, okay?
Together, they laughed and continued writing, knowing that this was just the beginning of many more adventures, mysteries, and lessons in friendship and kindness. Sometimes, the things we lose lead us to the things we truly need. Kindness, both from friends and strangers, can turn even the smallest moments into lasting connections.